So I've recently been fascinated by learning about blood sugar and learning about how I can manage my blood sugar for better energy, better skin, better aging, all these different health benefits. And last week I shared that I had gotten a levels continuous glucose monitor and that I was excited to try it. And it's been about a week now that I've had it. And I just wanted to give like a quick rundown on why I got it, what I found out about it, what's been interesting, and then if it's really worth it, if you should invest in one of these monitors. So although a week isn't a very long time to have a continuous glucose monitor, I have learned a lot in this short period of time. There are all sorts of continuous glucose monitor companies out there. I don't know that one is any better than another. I just went with Levels because I've heard a lot about it and I was just very excited about it, and it was just very easy to get set up with. So once I got my Levels continuous glucose monitor, I followed the instructions to download the apps on my phone. There's one for Dexcom, which is the company itself that has a continuous glucose monitor, and then the Levels app, which connects to the continuous glucose monitor data. It allows you to basically track your foods you've ate and just be in tune with how your blood sugar is trending. Very easy to set up. I was nervous about putting the continuous glucose monitor in. I had my husband help me. It was basically painless. I don't even know that I felt anything. That was a relief because I've had to prick my finger in the past and it's just so uncomfortable. So it was a relief that it was so easy. When I first started getting the readings of my monitor, it was absolutely fascinating. It was so fun. Every little thing I was doing, everything I was eating, I was logging in the app, and I was just very curious, how it affected my blood sugar. And I found myself most curious about how certain foods would affect me, in particular coffee. I've heard that some people, coffee will cause their blood sugar to spike, even if it's black, supposedly, and I was worried I was going to be one of those people. Fortunately, I'm not. I also found different correlations around having the same meal different times a day would affect me differently. That may have been because of my activity before or after that meal. I found that there was a correlation between how my blood sugar spiked more when I had a bigger meal versus that same meal in a smaller quantity. So all these things were like a really great learning experience. The biggest thing about having a continuous glucose monitor that I found helpful is that it helped me define how I was feeling. Before having a continuous glucose monitor, I wouldn't be able to associate how I was feeling with whether my blood sugar was high or low. But because I've been able to monitor it more, I can recognize, oh, this is what it feels like for my blood sugar to be spiking. I probably should go on a walk. This is what it feels like for my blood sugar to be low. Probably need to eat something soon. It's been a great learning experience. And for that reason, I think at some point everybody should try a continuous glucose monitor, even for a short period of time. The monitor itself, I don't really feel it, but after a while, I guess it does kind of get annoying, especially because with the app itself, especially the Dexcom app, if you have your blood sugar get too low or I think even too high, it will alert you unless you turn off your notifications. And to actually set up the apps, you do have to make sure that your notifications are on, and you can later turn it off. But there'd be times where I would be laying in bed at night and my blood sugar would drop, because not only is that common, but if you're touching the monitor while you're laying down, that can cause for your blood sugar to drop. It shows that it's dropped. Maybe it's not truly that low, but it can kind of give a false reading in that way. And then in the middle of the night, this alarm would go off, and that was kind of annoying. I say that because I don't think I'm going to be somebody who's just a lifelong wearer of a monitor, but I will probably save the sensors that I still have. I still have 2 other sensors, and I'll use them at a later date, especially because I have this year-long Levels membership that came with my purchase. I'd like to stagger it out a little bit. Another reason being I was sick this past week, and I'm sure that affected the food choices I had in my whole experience. But I just wanted to give you like a quick briefing on my experience here. I do think a continuous glucose monitor can help anybody, especially when it comes to understanding how foods affect you and recognizing how it feels to have high blood sugar or low blood sugar. And I've never experienced anything like this where pretty much real time you're getting results. The Levels technology has improved, and that it used to be you had to scan your continuous glucose monitor to get your reading, and now it's just basically real time. Everybody metabolizes things differently, but for the most part, after a meal, it's within 2 hours that you're seeing a blood sugar spike or you're getting the results of that meal. So all in all, it's been a really great experience. Will I continue to have a continuous glucose monitor for the foreseeable future? Probably not. I do have some extra sensors from what I originally purchased. If I can, I'm just going to save those for later. I do think that this is something that could benefit everybody, just to be in tune with what their needs are and to better care for yourself and be in tune with your blood sugar. Other than that, I don't know how necessary it is, but at least at one point to give it a shot, I think everybody should. So that covers it for this short video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment below. And if you're thinking about getting a continuous glucose monitor, what's your motive? What's in it for you? What do you want to get out of it? Would love to learn in the comments below.